Because again, of the high water spots from yesterday and pretty much what we saw there, that should start to expire after about 10 o'clock this morning. Take a look, your day part planner. A 30% chance for a few showers early. That increases to a 60% chance at lunchtime. The reason why, with a little sunshine, that's going to heat the atmosphere up. That energy will allow for an isolated thunderstorm or two. And Doug, that's why those rain chances are still in the forecast, with about a half to maximum today, an inch and a half of rain.
Okay, thanks, Cheetah. Our biggest concerns for the morning along I-10 East, it is shut down in both directions at the San Jacinto River. Steph is going to tell us more about that here in a couple minutes. But you might want to take Highway 90. Be aware, high water spots still up in Dayton, or you can use 146, the Fred Hartman Bridge. Our other main concerns for the morning are along the East Tex Freeway. The only spot where the East Tex Freeway has water in the main lanes is up in Montgomery County. We also have high water Will Clayton at the East Tex Freeway. This means if you're going...
So James Jordan, I think it was, where is his live location?
I'm just going to listen to what I hear at the show.
Highway 69 and the Interstate 10, at Highway 69 and the Interstate 10 bridge in Beaumont. That's where he is live.
On the I-10 bridge in Beaumont.
Split, the 610, I-10, the 69 and I-10 split.
Okay. James.
Jordan James?
Jordan James, that's where he is.
Pretend your mics are all hot. Copy?
Okay. I've got KHOU IFB.
Downstairs now if we want to change that.
So you're ready with an open. So this is what I want.
I think it's KHOU IFB, yeah. I'm listening to Michelle Choice.
Into a two shot,
KHOU IFB.
then the two shot,
You got the wrong one.
Oh,
full screen. Full screen one.
okay.
Then they're gonna pitch to weather for Blake.
I hear nothing.
Okay, then from Blake, we're gonna go to the live shot where they're recording.
Oh, that's it.
Right here. I think you have two full screens,
You guys
right?
ready? They're about to punch you in.
Okay, are you ready?
Okay, stand by, people.
Sure.
Do you have to open and roll?
Yeah, I got the open here.
Okay.
Yeah, kind of saying. Mics are hot.
Let me see.
You can see we are not at our 12 news studio. The studio took in some water.
There's a step, guys. Such a beautiful new newsroom.
We are safe, our crews are safe. They're out there trying to figure out what's happening in your neighborhoods, which streets you can pass, which areas you need to steer clear of.
We're in the storm tracker tracking some of the worst areas, and we want you to tell us. Follow us on social media.
I just hope everybody in Beaumont is all right. Our city needs a lot of prayers right now.
Good morning, Beaumont. I'm Ron Trevino, coming to you from the KHOU studios in Houston, along with Sherman Chow, as we give you the latest on this disaster that we've had the past couple of days. As much as 40 inches of rain in some parts of the Beaumont area.
Yeah, in Jefferson County, 20 to 40 inches. Obviously, historic rainfall. The 7th wettest tropical storm on record, apparently, at this point. And first, we want to get you started with some of the school closures in the area. These are the largest ones that we know about right now. You can probably expect this list to grow, but let's begin with this. Beaumont ISD, Port Arthur, Orange, Nederland, Port Neches, Groves, and Viter, all of those school districts closed for today.
And we, of course, know that a lot of you have questions about what the weather is doing right now. Let's get to our meteorologist, Blake Mathews, for the latest on the weather. Blake.
Hey, good morning, guys. Yeah, things improving here across the Golden Triangle, which is certainly good news. As we take a look here from the Beaumont, Port Arthur area all the way down to Sabine Pass, there are still a few scattered showers out there this morning, out there towards the Orange area, just crossing over the Sabine River, out there towards Big Woods, and all the way over to Lake Charles. So if you're using I-10 this morning, still going to be a wet commute there as you make your way through the Golden Triangle and southwest portions of Louisiana. By the way, if you are making your way into the Houston area this morning, I-10 is closed in both directions. You will not be able to make that, so it may be a good idea just to stay home for the day. Other than that, we are expecting a few scattered showers throughout the afternoon. We're talking about a 50 to as high as a 60% chance as we get into the afternoon hours. Thankfully, we are not looking for any more flooding conditions whatsoever over the course of the next couple of hours. In fact, the flash flood watch that is in effect is set to expire this morning at 7 o'clock. So certainly some good news. Rainfall totals, as Sherman had just mentioned, we're talking 20 to as high as 40 inches of rain. One unconfirmed report of 43.15 inches, and that was going to be to the west of Beaumont, straddling the Liberty and Jefferson County line just to the north of the Winnie area. So it's no wonder that the Winnie region was hit so hard, and we've seen a lot of problems out of there in northeast Chambers County. Other than that, again, a few scattered showers this morning. We're going to continue to see these throughout the afternoon, but I'll tell you what, temperatures today still going to be held down into the lower to mid 80s, and we're going to see those temperatures slowly begin to climb up as we get into the next couple of days, back to more seasonable temperatures, and I think we're all ready to get back to a little bit of normal weather. We're going to have rain chances throughout the next 7 days, it looks like, 20 to 30%. As we head into the upcoming weekend, tomorrow and into Sunday. But thankfully, guys, I can tell you that at least right now, the worst is over as far as flooding rains from the sky. We'll continue to watch certain areas like Big Pine Bayou out there near Sour Lake, along with the Sabine River, to see how that's going to rise. Some of the area of creeks and bayous will rise into major flood stage. We'll have more on your full forecast coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, thank you so much, Blake Mathews. Of course, a lot of people have questions as to when this water is going to go down. It takes a while.
Yeah, it sure does. And of course, the worst news of this is there are now 2 confirmed fatalities related to Imelda. One in Houston by the airport, a man in a van, and then one young man over in Jefferson County, I think it was Hunter Morrison, and he was moving a horse in the floodwaters and was electrocuted. Yeah. So thoughts and prayers
to those families.
In the meantime, we have a KBMT reporter, Jordan James, who is standing out by the bridge on 69 and I-10 at the split there. I believe he is at the bridge over there out in the Beaumont area. Can you hear us, Jordan?
Yeah.
Interstate 10 is a very busy interstate. So for those who are looking to travel this way, they're going to have to take a different direction because TxDOT says that they're due to ongoing flooding that is happening here on Interstate 10. In the meantime, reporting here in Beaumont, Jordan James, 12 News.
All of those big rigs behind I all the way from Florida to California. Lots of trucks going back into we had the legs on that major interstate, and we had the truck area as well.
Absolutely. Hey, Jordan, can you hear me? This is Ron
Trevino. Jordan, can you hear me? This is Ron Trevino. Can you hear me, Jordan?
Yes, I can hear you.
Hey, Jordan, so a lot of these people have been sleeping
Yes, I can hear you.
So a lot of these people, have they been sleeping in their cars?
Yes, it appears that way. I've seen some folks still in their truck. They don't know when they're going to be able to go, but there are a couple of folks who are, stretching their legs a little bit and things of that nature. But from my vantage point, there are people just sitting in the truck wondering when exactly they'll be able to, head west and go toward Houston.
All right, could be several hours.
Could be several hours before that happens. James, thank you very much. Reporting live by the night flip on I-10. We'll be back in just a couple of minutes.
said it was going to be 20 inches. I kept an eye on the water situation.
Here at this pump station, you can actually hear the pump going to work, and now crews are also in overdrive.
When you work here at DD7, there's a storm duty call that if you're on vacation or anything, you got to come back.
This is your beautiful new newsroom.
Ready for Don't sound so excited.
Sure.
And this water is really cold too. That's the problem.
They said it was going to be 20 inches. I kept an eye on the water situation.
Here at this pump station, you can actually hear the pump going to work, and now crews are also in overdrive.
When you work here at DD7, there's a storm duty call that if you're on vacation or anything, you got to come back.
This is your beautiful new newsroom.
Good morning, Southeast Texas. We are so happy to be here with you guys. What a difference 24 hours makes. I'm Dejanique Garrison, and as you can tell, we're not in Kansas anymore. We are at Education First Federal Credit Union, because just like a lot of you guys across Southeast Texas, our studio didn't fare so well due to Imelda. So you guys just kind of want to talk about what happened in the conditions that led us to be here.
Well, Jeff was stranded all morning long yesterday.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, the rain really started coming down very heavy as we were in Wednesday night, and it continued into Thursday morning, and that's when the water levels really started to rise across Southeast Texas. That's when we saw all the street flooding, all the problems across the area. As we were talking about yesterday, I tried to make it to the station yesterday about this time and couldn't make it because the streets were all flooded out. Thankfully today, there's just a few showers around, very light stuff. The water levels have come down in most areas as far as streets and things like that. We still have some rivers and bayous and things like that are high, some streams out there. But at least you can get around this morning. Things are a lot better as far as the streets are concerned.
Yeah, and up in Hardin County, they're expecting some of the creeks like Village Creek and Pine Island Bayou, they're expecting those to rise a little bit more today. So there could be still some water over some of the highways and roadways, especially up around Lumberton area. So
I know the folks over in Pinewood they were mandatory evacuated.
Yesterday,
right?
And,
I have some friends that are living at my house. They are waiting to see what the water levels do this morning and this afternoon in Pinewood, because they're out of there, but Harvey, that whole community was wiped out because of the flooding, and they don't want to see that again. So they are really watching the water levels there this morning.
You know, I just think that's the most heartbreaking part about this entire situation. First of all, it just happened so quickly, but the fact that so many people are just finally getting back on their feet after getting knocked down so hard 2 years ago by Harvey, and to have to relive this over again, it's a tough one.
Very tough, very tough. A lot of places just back up. I mean, just back up, and now the water's come back in and flooded out again. Of course, in Harvey, we had places getting 50, 60 inches of rainfall.
with Imelda here. General rainfall amounts were about 25 to 35 inches. We had 1 or 2 reports of upwards of 40 inches, and you'll hear that number a lot, 40, but mainly it was mostly about 25 to 35. I was looking at Jack Brooks Regional Airport, and the official rain total out there were about 20 inches for the last 2 days. So, but that's still way above what a normal rainfall amount for a typical day around here. So, I mean, it's just catastrophic flooding across the area.
Yeah,
So,
when we talk about last 2 days, we were talking about training effect and these heavy rainfalls that are coming down so rapidly that the rainfall rates, that the pumps, the roadways, you couldn't. It was impossible to keep up with all that, Dejanique, and you're going to have that kind of flooding when you have that amount of rain falling in just that short amount of time. 4 to 6 inches of rain per hour.
Yeah,
that's heavy.
Drainage District number 6 around Beaumont area is really kind of a superstar across the area as far as getting the water out. But when you get 12 inches of rain in a short amount of time, you can't. There's no.
Even when you have the retention ponds, they fill up.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah,
there's no way for it to drain. The nature just doesn't have that capability, and the pumps tried to stay up with it at DD7, and they did a very good job with it, but when you have that amount of moisture, it's just impossible.
I think also, before we get too far into the morning, we do want to acknowledge the fact that there was one unfortunate incident that happened yesterday, loss of life, Hunter Morrison. We want to just continue to extend our thoughts, our prayers, and our sympathy to his family, his friends, and that entire community. He was out tending to his horse, ended up being electrocuted, according to the family, and passed away. His family right now, they're asking for some privacy as they mourn, which is definitely understandable, but we just want to make sure we continue to offer our sincere condolences in this time.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a tragic situation, and that's tough when it's not only a tragedy to have the flooding problems, but the loss of life, it's unimaginable.
Another personal anecdote we have from the station, our general manager tried to get here so hard yesterday coming from the Mount Bellevue area. And as many of you know, I-10 turned into a parking lot, literally. And, he was no exception to the rule, literally sat there upwards of 12 hours. And that was the story of so many of you reaching out to us saying, hey, is there a way around this? How do we get out of this? And there was just no way out, because if you were to take an exit off of I-10, you were met with a flooded service road or a flooded access road, fellas, right?
Yeah, there was flooding everywhere. Yesterday, like I mentioned, to try to get to the station, could not get to the station. I lived 5 minutes away from the station. I couldn't get there. I ended up spending 12 hours in the parking garage of St. Elizabeth because I couldn't go anywhere. I watched Calder all morning long, saw people flooding out. It was an interesting morning, to say the least.
And, we have to make sure we give a shout out to James Brown. Yesterday, you made your big debut with us. Folks were like, wait a minute, what's happening? But thankfully, we had you on our side through this.
Yeah, I'm proud to be here, and it was an honor to serve.
Absolutely. All right, folks, we'll be back.
All right, Chris, take it.
right out of break. Taking it.
30? Less than 30?
Tell me when the cue splits. 15.
Hey, good morning, Southeast Texas meteorologist Blake Mathews here from the KHOU studios in Houston. An incredible event has unfolded here across Southeast Texas and Southwest Louisiana. I put together a few numbers here. First off, record rainfall at Beaumont Airport yesterday, 11.63 inches of rain. The old record, 2.20 inches, so I think it's safe to say we blew that record out of the water. The all-time wettest day ever recorded in Beaumont. How about ranking number 5? So pretty incredible. And by the way, it is the 3rd wettest September day ever recorded here across the Golden Triangle. Now take a look at the radar this morning. We are seeing a few scattered showers out here just west of Alexandria, getting out along the Sabine River, getting up into Vernon Parish. Looks like northern portions of Jasper and Newton counties, and getting up towards Sabine County as well. Now here locally in the Beaumont area, not a whole lot going on. We are seeing a few scattered showers down there this morning, but that is about it. In fact, as we zoom in a little bit closer and not jump ahead to the 7-day, give me just 1 second here. Live TV, it's always fun to deal with. But the bottom line here is we're dealing with a much better pattern than what we were dealing with this time yesterday. Obviously, things have quieted down quite a bit. In fact, the good news is that the flash flood watch that is currently in effect for our area will expire this morning beginning at 7 o'clock. So certainly some good news there as things begin to wind down a little bit here across the Golden Triangle. So once again, taking a look at the radar, we're dealing with just a few scattered showers out there this morning, especially out towards Lake Charles. Zooming in a little bit closer, you'll notice, look at some of these rainfall totals. We're talking about 22, 20.9, 23.4, 21.6, but I want you to notice this bullseye right there. That area picked up so much rain just to the northeast of Winnie in northeast Chambers County that the radar actually ran out of colors to categorize it. So unofficial reports that we're getting right here northeast of Winnie coming in at 43 inches of rain. We are still waiting for confirmation on that, but certainly an incredible event unfolding here with Tropical Storm Imelda. All right, 81 degrees is the current temperature there at the airport. It's 81 degrees in Anahuac, 77 degrees in Dayton. The bottom line is we're all waking up to temperatures in those upper 70s to lower 80s this morning. We have a southeast breeze. It is calm here in Beaumont locally, out there in Cleveland as well. A light breeze as you get closer towards the Houston area. There's that flood watch, that flash flood watch that remains in effect until 7 o'clock this morning. But again, looks like Lake Charles and all across southwest Louisiana, they have since canceled their flash flood watch. It does remain in effect for Orange and Jefferson counties, Newton, Jasper, Hardin, all the way back into the Houston area. But this entire flash flood watch will be canceled as we get into 7 o'clock this morning. So good news as the event again begins to wind down just a little bit. So here's a look at what you can expect as far as the tropics go. Things still pretty active. It is late September after all. This is Hurricane Jerry, now on the verge of Category 3 as it pushes just to the north of the Leeward Islands. And actually, this is not something that we're going to have to worry about here locally. Here's a look at the cone. They will take it north of the Greater Antilles and eventually out to sea. So this is not going to be a storm that we're going to have to worry about. Here locally, once again, this is starting at 6 o'clock this morning. You'll notice a few scattered showers out there and maybe out there towards Chambers County as well. But what I'm seeing on the radar, really not overly impressive. And any rain that we do get today will not affect the ongoing flood situation here across the Golden Triangle. So you can see a few passing showers getting on through. This takes us into 9 o'clock this evening. Should wind down. A few scattered showers heading into tomorrow morning and into tomorrow afternoon. But again, these are passing showers and we are not looking for anything that would cause serious flood problems here across the Golden Triangle or southwest Louisiana. As far as temperatures go, starting this morning at 7 o'clock, 77 degrees here in Beaumont, 80s along the immediate coast. So those of you down there in southern Chambers County out towards Crystal Beach, starting off in the mid 80s this morning. By the time we get up to the noon hour, we're at 80 degrees here locally, 85 Crystal Beach, 81 degrees in Dayton, and these temperatures should make it up into those lower to mid 80s, 84, 85 degrees. Looks to be a pretty good bet before these temperatures cool back down into the 70s as we head into 10 o'clock tonight. So here's a look at the next 7 days. 86 degrees heading into this afternoon. We'll give it a 50% chance of showers, maybe a few rumbles of thunder out there as well. 20% chance across the board heading all the way into next Thursday. So this weekend, guys, looking fairly okay as a lot of folks tried to begin the cleanup process, thanks in part to a fierce tropical storm that really kind of came out of nowhere.
Yeah, so obviously, Blake, rain's not that much of a concern today, but it's just the rising water in some of these creeks and how long it's going to take for the water to go down.
Yeah,
that's right.
And we've got a couple of big highlights for you. We just want you to know that the evacuations will resume at 7:30 this morning for Bevel and the Gilbert Lake Estates. Parkdale Mall will be open today. Latest school closure, an additional one. PNG ISD is going to be closed today. Pinewood Estates has a mandatory evacuation order. People still evacuating. And the mayor, Becky Ames, saying that Pine Island Bayou is expected to crest in the next 24 to 48 hours. Massive flooding there, as you guys know, off of Highway 105.
Yeah, and ExxonMobil's Beaumont refinery shut down due to flooding, according to the Houston Chronicle. The biggest question of the day, how can you get to Houston? And when can people get back to their homes? And, you know, we had that live report from Jordan James earlier, right there at 59 and I-10. And
69 split and I-10,
yeah, that split, and a lot of people still backed up there.
And they're going to be there for a while. We are going to be here for a long while as well. We're going to take a quick break. Be back with you in just a minute. Stay with us.
It's been a torrential rain system that has just been inundating to southeast Texas.
The rate of the rainfall,
really was
4 to 6 inches an hour.
Similar to Harvey.
Folks all over southeast Texas with each of these storms display and demonstrate a great deal of spirit and generosity to those who are hurt by these storms.
Good morning, Sherman Chow here with Ron Trevino. We are coming to you from KHOU in Houston. because our sister station, as you know, KBMT in Beaumont, was flooded yesterday by Imelda. We know something about that. We lost our studios here because of Harvey. I want to give you a couple of quick bullet points to note. Water rescues will resume at 7:30 this morning in Beaumont. The shelter at the Beaumont Civic Center is going to start sending people over to the old Central High School gym. That's going to be happening, and you know, if you can get there, they're taking donations at the First United Methodist Church.
Yeah, so we also have a lot of closures to tell you about as well. We have a graphic, and we'll be putting those closures at the bottom of your screen all morning long. School closures: Beaumont ISD, Port Arthur ISD, Orange ISD, Nederland ISD, Port Neches Groves ISD, Vider ISD. These are some of the school closures that we have for you right now. I think we have another page of those. Is there one more page of those? If not, you see them scrolling at the bottom of your screen. All right, of course, a lot of you, here are the other ones. Hampshire Finette ISD closed as well. Little Cypress Mauriceville ISD, Lumberton ISD, and Silsby ISD closed as well.
And we also want to let folks know that the curfews will be ending shortly. A little after 5 right now. At 6 a.m. the curfew for Vider will end. At 7 a.m. the curfew for Winnie will end. And we've had some 40+ inches of rain so far associated with Imelda here in Jefferson County. Blake Mathews has been manning the forecast for us. Everybody wants to know, when is this going to let up? When do you think the water might start receding?
Well, the water is actually going to start receding beginning today. It looks like a lot of those area bayous are in major flood stage, and they will peak, especially we're talking about Pine Island Bayou up to about 35 feet. But it will slowly begin its decline today and then head into we'll head into moderate flood stage as we head into this coming weekend. So as we take a look at the radar behind us, we're talking about really just a few light showers out here to the west of Alexandria, stretching all the way back down into the Lake Charles area. But as you get out towards I-10, in the Beaumont area itself, right along the maybe getting out towards Orange, all the way down towards Port Arthur, where you are dealing with a few scattered showers out there this morning, stretching all the way back down towards the Bolivar Peninsula. Now, we're going to continue to see these showers throughout the afternoon for today. We're talking about a 40 to 50% chance of showers and storms in the forecast. In fact, taking a look here, a little closer look, this is Orange, Port Arthur, Sabine Pass, picking up a little heavy downpour there in extreme southwest portions of Louisiana. But here in the Beaumont area, nice and dry this morning as you begin your morning commute. But again, to note, if you are driving from Beaumont through Winnie and Anahuac, I-10 is closed this morning. You will not be able to make it to Houston on I-10. You will have to find an alternate route, thanks in part to the floodwaters. Easy to see why. Take a look at some of these blockbuster rainfall amounts: 22, 23, 24 inches of rain, and that bullseye right there we were just talking about. We have unconfirmed reports now of 43 inches of rain that has fallen in extreme western portions of Jefferson County and northeast portions of Chambers County. The good news, guys, it appears that we are over the hump. With the flood watch that is in effect now will expire at 7 o'clock this morning, and we are not looking for any more flooding conditions today all the way through the next 7 days. Certainly good news. That will give us some time to start picking up the pieces once again after another devastating flood.
Yeah, well, we can use all the sunshine we can. Thank you so much, Blake Mathews.
All right, let's head on over to Jordan James. He has been standing off the 69th split by I-10 in the Beaumont area, where there is a big line of 18-wheelers and other vehicles just stopped like a parking lot out there. I-10. Hey, Jordan.
Hey, yeah, that is certainly the case. If you're driving into Beaumont from the Lake Charles area, traffic is cut down to one lane. That's because if you're heading toward Houston, they are rerouting traffic. If you take a look right behind me, there are several 18-wheelers that are lined up. It's because of some flooding from yesterday's weather from Tropical Depression Imelda. And water is expected to recede here in the coming days. It's unclear when exactly the Interstate West is going to be reopened, but their TxDOT is encouraging folks to find an alternate route. I just got done speaking with an official from BPD. He said water is flowing over Taylor's Bayou onto the interstate. So when that water recedes, that's when this intersection, I-10 West, will reopen. Back to y'all.
Jordan, as I'm sure it is for these truckers and other vehicles, motorists to be sitting in traffic for hours like that, double parked. Obviously, it's better than having your vehicles flooded out. Here in Houston yesterday, we saw entire big rigs 18-wheelers on the major interstates just floating away. It was really dramatic images, and I guess
Jordan, if you're still there, I want to ask you: have you seen any change in the conditions where you've been? Is the water going down? I mean, how have conditions changed since you've been there?
I would say conditions have definitely improved. The water has gone down, particularly by our news station. When I walked over there yesterday, the water was almost above my belly button, but we were able to drive our units there to get some equipment, but the weather has definitely changed drastically. There's a few slick spots here and there, but it's safe to say from my perspective that the water is receding.
Well, that's definitely good news, but I believe there are some concerns about some other creeks rising today, so that's the other issue. So it's a matter of mobility, and is there the possibility that some areas that didn't flood yesterday could flood today?
Yes, we've heard some concern from city leaders about there's a chance that nearby creeks and bayous could swell, and that's never a good sign to hear, so there is a chance.
How about the temperament, if you will, of the folks? And I know they're frustrated having been stuck in their vehicles, over the night for so many hours. Do folks seem to be handling that relatively well, all things considered?
The folks I've spoke to, they said this came out of nowhere. It was a surprise. I spoke to one woman. She said she lost everything, but she still had her family. So, folks are clinging to the little things like family, which matters in times like this. But a lot of people are stepping up, helping one another, whether it's, helping get folks out of their house or, getting folks who are trapped and things of that nature.
Yeah, one of your fellow reporters, Rachel Keller, has been pictures of some of the local kids, I think at Lamar University. Several of them have just gone out helping to rescue people, dozens of people. So that's always, one of the inspiring things you can see in times of crisis, people lending a hand, helping out.
Absolutely, and of course here in Houston, our hearts go out to all our friends and family in Beaumont as well, because obviously we know what it's like, and a lot of people in Beaumont saying it's worse than what Harvey was to them 2 years ago. So our thoughts and prayers obviously for everybody in Southeast Houston. Let's give you a few more bits of information that we've gotten here this morning. There are free hot meals for stranded families in Winnie at the Winnie Dodge on, that's at Highway 124 in Winnie, Texas. That starts at 11 o'clock this morning. Good for all throughout the noon hour. It's free hot meals and water while the supplies last, and cleaning supplies will also be provided there at the Winnie Dodge. People want to donate, they're going to warehouse supplies and continue handing out to the community as needed. So some good news there for people in Winnie who are in need.
Rachel Keller tweeting out, she's got a lot of good stuff tweeting within the last hour. She's saying I-10 East, eastbound and westbound at the San Jacinto River, all the main lanes there closed. Several barges have impacted the bridges at this location, and we do see this as well with that rising water, vessels having trouble, sometimes hitting bridges, so apparently there's some issues there. She says there's no estimated time of reopening, telling folks to use State Highway 225 as an alternate route there.
Yeah, evacuations resume today at 7:30 for Bevel Oaks, Gilbert Lakes Estates. Parkdale Mall is going to open today. The latest school closures, and we have them all at the bottom of your screen. PNG ISD is closed today as well.
Yeah, and now look at your screen. You can see, there you go. Oh, we had the road closure there, the interstate. This is from KBMT, giving you a sense of the stretch of I-10 going over the river there, the San Jac, and obviously that is going to be the area that is going to be the hardest hit right now. So we're kind of just looking around there at the map, giving folks an idea of what some of the trouble spots are, where Jordan was earlier. Obviously big backup there as well.
Yes. Pinewood Estates is given a mandatory evacuation order at 9:30 yesterday. People are still evacuating this morning. From Mayor Becky Ames, Pine Island Bayou is expected to crest in the next 24 to 48 hours. They had massive flooding off of Highway 105. ExxonMobil's Beaumont refinery shut down because of the flooding, according to the Houston Chronicle. obviously, a lot of people want to know how they can get to Houston and when they can go back to their homes. A lot of questions for a lot of people there in southeast Texas this morning.
Yeah, we're taking a live look at our radar right now, so you're seeing some light rain over there on the east side, so we're getting a little bit of a break for now. And we're going to take a quick break as well. We'll be back in just a little bit. Do stay with us.
This water is really cold too. That's the problem.
They said it was going to be 20 inches. I kept an eye on the water situation.
Here at this pump station, you can actually hear the pump going to work, and now crews are also in overdrive.
When you work here at DD7, there's a storm duty call that if you're on vacation or anything, you got to come back.
This is your beautiful new newsroom.
All right, folks, no big desk, no shiny lights, but guess what? This is the news, Southeast Texas. Thank you for joining us this morning. I'm Dejanique Garrison, and we are at Education First Federal Credit Union because, like many of you, Imelda really hit us hard. Our 12 News studio unfortunately took on a lot of water yesterday, so our crews were forced to evacuate, but luckily you may recognize this place. We've done several practice newscasts from this very location for this very reason, and as you can see, it paid off.
Education First, right here on East Tex Freeway 105. Our partners with disasters like this, and it paid off.
Definitely
didn't want to have to do this, but we're here.
And didn't want to have to welcome James Brown to the 12 News team this way. A lot of you guys sending us inboxes saying, hey, familiar face. Jeff, nice to have some company, right?
Oh, yeah. James is going to be helping us out, especially on the weekends doing the weather, so we're very excited to have him on board.
Yeah. All right.
I'm excited to be here, too.
Kind of give us a recap, fellas. We've been hearing a lot of people say this was worse than Harvey. This felt like it was a stronger punch than Harvey. And I think it's relative, depending on where you are and what happened to you and your property. That's how you'll feel. But why are people making this big comparison?
Well, you got shell shock just 2 years ago from Harvey, but yeah, and a lot of people that flooded or didn't flood in Harvey flooded this time.
Yeah.
And it was just the opposite in some areas. So yeah, and to put it all into perspective, this was a horrible situation with the storm, but depending on where you were was how much magnitude of damage you got, and you know what you're having to go through now. It is worse in some locations. It is better in some locations. It depends on where you are.
And I think with Harvey, we had that rainfall spread out over 4 or 5 days that added up, where literally we got all the rainfall with this storm in probably about a 24, 36 hour period.
Yeah.
So we had a rapidly rising water over a shorter period of time. And so some folks got some flooding water this time where in Harvey, it kind of rose up and didn't quite get up to where it was. So it was a little bit different situation as far as the timing, as far as Imelda and Harvey. So one was kind of a real quick, rapid rise, and the other one was a little bit slower build-up. So.
Jeff, really important. We wanted to get some information out to the folks, especially about shelters, who were asking questions about that. So we know in Beaumont there were 2 primary locations. We had the Civic Center and also Central High School, the gymnasium of Central. Lots of folks were saying, hey, isn't Central one of those places where you kind of don't want to be? But the gymnasium was not impacted. Gymnasium was safe. And in fact, the people who were at the Civic Center, a lot of them are being taken to that gym if they still need shelter. The mayor is saying there were limited resources at the Civic Center just because of how quickly the situation and the conditions started to deteriorate. So they were only taking dire situations. They did close off the Civic Center and they were funneling folks over to the gym and wanted people to know that if you still needed a high water rescue, those will resume at 7:30. But Jeff, you were saying they may not need too many.
Yeah, if you're just tuning in, the rain chances today are way down from where they've been the last couple of days. We're seeing a few light scattered showers across the area, not the heavy rain we've seen the last couple of days. And we're not expecting heavy rainfall today. We're expecting maybe some scattered showers, and we're, at least the street level water is starting to come down a lot across the area. Compared to yesterday morning, it's night and day. You can get around this morning. There's not too many flooded streets out there. Now, so you're talking about some bayous and some streams and things like that. They're still high, of course. That's going to take a while to get those down. But as far as street level flooding, there's not a whole lot of that going on for this morning. So hopefully they won't have to do too many rescues as far as houses and neighborhoods and things like that, as far as just some high levels of water on the streets and things like that.
Yeah, and if you're going to have to get out, you still have to remember that there's still stranded vehicles out there that's been left. You know, what are you going to do with them? They're there. They're,
exactly.
You know, how many records do we have to pull them into a safe haven? But
JB, you were saying yesterday coming down your street, what you see?
Kayak.
Kayaks in a residential neighborhood.
Yeah.
That just goes to show
right in front of my house.
How high that water got.
Yeah, it was 26 inches deep on the road, the street right in front of my driveway, and I was. That was the hardest part about getting here, was my neighborhood. And Jeff was the same way. He lives fairly close to the neighborhood that I live in, but the neighborhoods were flooding, and you know that's where the problem lies, getting into the homes and stuff like that. I was very fortunate, didn't get into my home, but you know, when it gets that deep, you wonder just how much more can we take.
Exactly.
And the low-lying areas just got swamped.
Folks, we know a lot of you in Southeast Texas have huge hearts and you want to help, so we want to give them some information on how they can donate. First things first, don't go directly to the Civic Center or to the Central High School gym. Here's why. You got to think, those people are in a really desperate situation right now, probably one of the lowest points they've seen in a while, if not their entire lives. We want to make sure whatever they're receiving is safe. So any food, any clothing, it needs to be sifted through, sorted out. And if you want to do that, you can drop things off at First United Methodist Church. That is on Calder Avenue. So we're talking toiletries, we're talking food, we're talking blankets to keep these people warm. A lot of them just left what they knew with the clothes on their backs. So anything that folks can donate, because we all know they're in need right now.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, we're talking about the need is going to increase too over the next couple of days. Without power, some are still without power. I know Entergy's been working overnight very hard to restore the power lines in a lot of locations, but there's going to be a water situation where ice situation perhaps down the road. But we're going to hear a lot of more stories as this sunrise comes up.
Over in Pinewood, they're watching Pine Island Bayou right now. They're expected to crest today, and they're waiting to see if that's going to flood out their homes or not. So everybody's still kind of watching over there.
Yeah.
All right, folks, we'll be right back.
All right, you guys can take it.
Good morning, Southeast Houston, as we give you the latest school closings. Beaumont ISD, Port Arthur ISD, Little Cypress Mauriceville ISD, Nederland ISD, Port Neches Groves ISD, Vidor ISD, Hampshire Fannett ISD, Orange ISD, Lumberton ISD, Silsbee ISD. We're trying to get information on Jasper ISD, but we don't have information on Jasper yet. But anyway, those are the latest school closings. Of course, we will have those at the bottom of your screen as well.
Yeah, as we of course continue to follow the impact of Imelda, we will be having an update on the forecast in just a little bit as well. We're also talking about evacuations, and we've been following the Twitter feed of a KBMT reporter, Rachel Keller. We're going to see if we can pull that up on the screen for you right now. But this is one of our more recent tweets just a few minutes ago. Yeah. The Central High School gym in Beaumont on Jaguar Drive, currently holding 150 people that have been evacuated. People have come and go. You need a place to stay. No one will be turned away. Now, overnight there were, she said, maybe about 400 people at the Beaumont Civic Center, and that lots of high water rescue vehicles have been staging there throughout the morning, transporting those people from the Beaumont Civic Center to the high school gym over there. It looks like authorities want to try to consolidate everybody into one location. We're going to continue to scroll through Rachel's Twitter feed a little bit because she's got some interesting posts.
Yeah, the one right below that, a group of Lamar students, Lamar University students rescuing more than 50 people in the community. One student chose to go out there and help so many people out there. It's great to see these college kids.
Right, after he lost his own home. So it speaks a lot to the character of that young man. That's a little maybe bit of a contrast because I know some folks have seen that video of the Lamar college kids jumping off a bridge yesterday into the river, trying to have some fun at a dangerous time. So this is nice to see as well. Let's take a look. I think we can pull that video up. There you go. Let's take a peek on that. So this was making the rounds yesterday on social media, and they are students there jumping off the bridge, Mark Lamar University, right there and into the rising water. Obviously not a good idea. Please don't do this.
Yeah,
Heaven
obviously,
forbid.
I mean,
Right.
You don't know what's in the water. I mean, there's all sorts of chemicals in there and debris and probably gators too. We saw some pictures of gators being loose in the Beaumont area as well. A gator country right there off of I-10 near Finette. But you know, obviously that happened, but we also have those Lamar University students who rescued more than 50 people in the community. And here's another touching photo that we got yesterday that's on Twitter.
Yep, tweeted by a KBMT reporter, a cross that was found floating. This is in Viter, and during these times, you know, there will be these images that really just capture your attention. You know.
Obviously, you know, this is a time that tests people's faith, and that's what they turn to.
Yeah, more images from Viter. You can see the flooding there is obviously just devastating, and we are told that folks in Viter just getting back into their homes after Harvey really badly hit, and now look at how high that water is, just flooding those homes yet again. A lot of high water rescues
some boat
going
rescues,
on.
so many boat rescues yesterday, and we see this too often, it seems like, you know, especially, you know, here in Houston, we know all about the rescues that we had during Harvey. These were boat rescues on Beaumont's south side. Jordan Foster posted some of this video. Boats full of people being evacuated on the south side of Beaumont. So many scenes like this yesterday, and of course it brings back bad memories from Harvey for us in Houston. And
yeah, everybody, of course, throughout Southeast Texas from Harvey. And then one of the things about this too is, you know, these will be both official rescue boats, Texas Parks and Wildlife, other folks, and then, you know, just volunteers, people who have boats. Cajun Navy has arrived there, I'm told, and not just the people, but obviously the livestock needs to be taken care of as well. You see people there trying to rescue some of the horses, and that is really dangerous water.
Absolutely, absolutely. And now comes the process of dealing with FEMA and rebuilding, and it could take some people years.
Yeah, we are hoping that the water will start going down today. We'll check in on the forecast in just a moment. Stay with us.
This water is really cold too. That's the problem.
They said it was going to be 20 inches. I kept an eye on the water situation.
Here at this pump station, you can actually hear the pump going to work, and now crews are also in overdrive.
When you work here at DD7, there's a storm duty call that if you're on vacation or anything, you got to come back.
This is your beautiful new newsroom.
morning, Southeast Texas. Ron Trevino and Sherman Chow coming to you from Houston as we give you the latest on what's going on in Beaumont as you recover from Imelda. First, let's go to the school closures. We've got a long list of school closures that will be at the bottom of your screen throughout the morning as well, but let's give them to you now. Beaumont ISD, Port Arthur ISD, Little Cypress, Mauriceville ISD, Nederland ISD, Port Neches, Groves ISD, Vidor ISD, Hampshire, Fannett ISD, Orange ISD, Lumberton ISD, Silsbee ISD, all closed today. We understand in Jasper, they're still waiting to decide. They're monitoring the conditions there in Jasper.
We're also told that the water rescues are going to resume around 7:30 this morning in the Beaumont area, and that the shelter at the Beaumont Civic Center, where we're told some 400 people spent the night, there have been high water rescue vehicles transporting those people to the gym, the old Central High School gym. At least 150 people there so far this morning. Probably that shelter is going to continue to fill up because we know hundreds of homes at last check in that area have been flooded. Vidor was especially hard hit. We saw some of the video there, an area that had just started recovering from Harvey, people getting a chance to move into their homes. A quick note as well, the curfew will be ending at 6 a.m. for Vidor, at 7 a.m. for Winnie, so people will be able to at least try to perhaps check in on their homes there.
Yes, and of course we know that you have a lot of questions about the weather and what's happening today with that. Let's check in with meteorologist Blake Mathews. Blake.
Hey, thanks a lot, Ron and Sherman. Yeah, we are over the hump here in the Golden Triangle all across Southeast Texas. Things are beginning to calm down a little bit. In fact, taking a look at the radar, you'll notice we are dealing with some heavy showers up here towards central Louisiana, getting up into more of the Arklatex region, into Natchitoches and portions of Shreveport. But here locally in the Lake Charles area, seeing a few light showers right now, a few scattered showers out here towards Orange and Jefferson counties here in the Golden Triangle. So zooming right on in, getting a little closer look, you'll notice there's Beaumont right there. So a few scattered sprinkles out here just to the west of the Sabine River from Orange down towards Port Arthur, picking up a pretty heavy downpour right there just to the east of town. So heads up as you make your way around town this morning. Now, just to note, I-10 is closed if you are making your way from Beaumont through Winnie into Anahuac. I-10 closed due to flooding there at the San Jac River, so you will not be able to make it to Houston this morning on I-10. It's easy to see why. Look at the rainfall totals, 22, 23, 24 inches, and you'll notice this bullseye right here that so much rain fell in western Jefferson County and northeast Chambers County that we ran out of colors to categorize it. So we're talking about upwards of 41 to 43 inches of rain has fallen in that area, making this the 5th wettest tropical cyclone on record in the entire United States. Temperatures this morning to get you started, 81 degrees here in Beaumont, 80 in Anahuac, 84 in Galveston, 77 degrees there in Dayton. So I think most of us starting off in those upper 70s and lower 80s. We have a slight southeasterly breeze this morning to get you started that will greet you. Now, here is some good news. The fact is that this flash flood watch that we have for Southeast Texas, it will expire heading into 7 o'clock this morning. You'll notice out across portions of southwest Louisiana, Lake Charles has already dropped their flash flood watch that they had in effect. So what we see here across the Golden Triangle will also expire as we get into 7 o'clock. So a good indication that we are certainly over the hump as far as the flooding rains go across our region. Here's a look at the future track. You'll notice starting this morning at 6 o'clock, we are dealing with a few scattered downpours out there, but all in all, as we make our way through the afternoon here and into the evening, this takes us into 9 o'clock. You saw a few passing showers right on through our area, and then look what happens. More little scattered sprinkles as we get into tomorrow morning. And taking us into your Saturday afternoon, we'll leave that at about a 30 to 40% chance of showers as we get into your Saturday, and then drying out even more so as we get into Sunday. Temperature-wise for today, starting off in the upper 70s, lower 80s, just about area-wide. As we get into the noon hour, you'll notice that our temperature pretty much stays about where it is, at least according to this computer model. 78 degrees at Bush Airport, 86 degrees in Sugar Land. I think most of us end up in those low to mid 80s for today. In fact, the computer model here is showing 84 degrees in Beaumont for the afternoon high. That looks to be pretty good to me. So temperatures really aren't going to move a whole lot. We're talking about 3 or 4 degrees, and that's going to be about it. So for your Friday forecast, a 30% chance of showers mainly to the north and east of the area. 80 degrees this morning, 83 degrees as we get into the noon hour. Scattered storms, a 40% chance of that. 50% chance as we get into 4 o'clock with a temperature right around 85 degrees. Over the next couple of days, guys, we're talking about a 50% chance of showers and thunderstorms for today. We're going to lower that to a 20% chance getting into the weekend. Temperatures moving back up into those lower 90s, maybe even some mid-90s scattered, sprinkled in here as well. But really pretty typical for the middle and latter parts of September, guys. So regardless, it looks like the weather is going to improve quite a bit as we all get ready to pick up the pieces, so to speak, and get our houses back together once again, 2 years after another devastating flood.
And Blake, it's a reminder, these rain events, it doesn't have to be a hurricane. It doesn't have to be a tropical storm.
No.
It could just be the remnants. It could be a depression, and then you get these kind of rain totals.
Yeah, it's pretty incredible.
Yeah, I guess it's when they don't move. They just take their time, park, or just move very slowly, and that rain just keeps dumping out.
All right.
Thank you so much,
Blake Mathews.
All right, we're going to head now on over to Jordan James.
Still at the I-69, I-10 split there in Beaumont. Any improvement, Jordan?
I see a lot of cars that are continuing to make their way down I-10. If you're traveling, looking to go toward Houston, it's still closed going westbound, so traffic is being diverted east going into Lake Charles. TxDOT has decided to close down the westbound side due to flooding on Interstate 10 from yesterday's weather, but Beaumont police tell me that they don't know exactly how long they're going to be out here. They're just simply following the directions of TxDOT at this time. So if you're traveling down eastbound looking to go toward Houston, you're going to have to find an alternate route to your destination.
What alternate routes are right now?
Well, right now, most folks are going eastbound towards Lake Charles and taking a few of the side streets to get to their destination.
All have seen the same thing. We have had hundreds of flooded out yesterday. Rain. Folks had to abandon their vehicles, and we're not just talking, small sedans or little sports cars and even the SUVs, but we're talking 18-wheelers as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's a scene that's been played out here all too many times, actually. And now, of course, the process of dealing with your insurance company, dealing with your for your car and for your home, dealing with FEMA, and we just did stories just a few weeks ago on how people were still recovering from Harvey. So for a lot of people in the Beaumont area, this is going to be an issue for them for not months, but perhaps years as they try to recover.
Yeah, worse for the folks in Beaumont than Harvey. This rain event from Imelda, which, yes, doesn't sound as big because it's just a depression, but obviously
it's just such a big rain event. And of course, if you're just tuning in, we just want to let you know that we're giving you the very latest information as the Southeast Texas tries to recover. We have all the school closures at the bottom of your screen. And here's some more things that you should keep in mind. Beaumont police rescues begin at 7:30 this morning. The Jefferson County offices are closed today. Check drivetexas.org before heading into work today. The overnight curfew in Winnie is ending at 7 o'clock this morning, and the overnight curfew in Vidor is ending at 6 o'clock this morning, less than half an hour from now. And here's a list of all the school closings. You got Beaumont ISD, Port Arthur ISD, Little Cypress, Mauriceville ISD, Nederland ISD, Port Neches Groves ISD.
Yep, Vidor, Hampshire, Fannett, Orange, Lumberton, Silsbee, Jasper, still monitoring the conditions right now. They have not yet made a decision on whether or not the schools will open today, so keep an eye and ear on that.
Yes.
From Jasper, likely to make a decision pretty soon here. And maybe just take a moment also to give a shout out to all the folks, of course, the first responders, and also the volunteers.
Absolutely.
The people who have worked tirelessly, just pitching in to help their neighbors, people who are not assisting in any kind of official capacity. We saw a photograph one of the KBMT reporters tweeted out a little bit ago, but there were a couple of Lamar college kids.
Absolutely.
And they helped to rescue some 50 people.
Now is the time to help out your friends and neighbors here in Southeast Texas. We know you have a lot of questions. We're going to try to get them answered this morning with the latest information. Right now, though, we're going to take a break.
You can see we are not at our 12 news studio. The studio took in some water.
There's a stab, guys. Such a beautiful new newsroom.
We are safe, our crews are safe. They're out there trying to figure out what's happening in your neighborhoods, which streets you can pass, which areas you need to steer clear of.
We're in the storm tracker tracking some of the worst areas, and we want you to tell us. Follow us on social media.
I just hope everybody in Beaumont is all right. Our city needs a lot of prayers right now.
Good morning, everyone. We are live at Education First Credit Union right here in Beaumont on East Tex Freeway. It's our secondary studio, KBMT Channel 12. We were flooded, as much of Southeast Texas was, and so we had to move and evacuate the whole studio, and now we're here. Dejanique, it has been certainly a fun ride to wake up and see what's going on, and today is a new day.
It is a new day, about 5:45 in the morning, and as I said earlier, what a difference a day can make. I mean, yesterday felt like the rain just wouldn't stop. Today, lots of roads are clearing up. We're starting to see the water recede, and lots of you out there at home have questions. In comes Scotty McHottie, as I like to call him. This is Scott Esslinger.
Scotty McHottie.
Video of the studio.
Yes.
Wow.
Scott is our digital guru, been fielding a lot of the questions, sifting through just to try and see what we can help you with out there in Southeast Texas. So Scott, what's happening?
Well, actually we all have. We've got a lot of other staffers who work in other departments, and they're helping out, they're filling in, they're watching for questions. But some of the big questions, one of the big question is, when's I-10 going to open? When's 90 going to open?
Yeah.
When is that road, this road, that, when are the roads going to open?
Right.
And what we've been telling people, I mean, I've got right here, do we know if there's a way to get from Mont Belvieu to Winnie? From Brooklyn, Nicole Clay. Spikes Quintieres says, hello, are roads clear and safe for travel from Jasper to downtown Beaumont tomorrow? And I think they are, because I'm looking at a site called drivetexas.org. DriveTexas.org. It's put on by TxDOT. They keep this up. They're really good about this. This is what we use. I mean, we look at this thing to see what's open, what's closed. If you click on there now, you'll see that there's no way to go to Houston. Highway 90, flooded, closed. I-10, flooded, closed. We've got the DriveTex.org site on screen right now.
And
yes, great. I'm glad it's on screen.
That's
there.
what you guys are looking at right now on the screen.
Highway 73 is closed. Now, if you click on it, it'll say estimated open time. Might say 5, might say 8. Well, I've talked to Sarah Dupre today, and they have to enter a time. It's a very rough estimate. They really have no idea when it's going to open, but they've got people out there right now. They've got crews out there waiting, watching, and when it does, they've got to check for debris.
Scott, for people who are not familiar with that name, Sarah Dupre, she is the communications director. PIO means Public Information Officer. If you hear us using terms that you haven't heard before, newsy things, please excuse us. But pretty much she's the person who handles the communications, and she fields all of the questions, and she's helping us out with info.
Exactly, and she's probably watching right now.
Hi, Sarah.
So the thing is, they've got people waiting and watching, and as soon as they know it's open, they're going to check it. They're going to inspect for debris on the road. They're going to check the bridges, and then they're going to put it on the site, and they're going to let us know. So the other thing you can do besides going to this site is download the 12 News app, because when we hear it's open, we're going to do a push alert and let you know that it's open.
What I love about that app, you can customize the push alerts. So if you're like me, you don't want the alerts when you're sleeping at night. You don't want them to wake you up.
You don't want all our alerts?
I don't want to be like disturbed from my slumber, right? I can click on traffic, JB. I can click on local, and it only gives me those particular alerts. So you can customize it to the info that you want.
Yeah, and it's a great tool to have,
Yeah.
you know, especially this time in these situations that we have, you know. Boy, social media, you mentioned it yesterday, that is really a wonderful tool to have.
Yes, you've got to have it, folks. All right, Scotty, what else you got?
One of the other questions is, here's a woman, Angela Hoffpower-Cockrum, says, how do we know if our water has crested? Water is still rising in Mauriceville. Well, I know you look at the Weather Service site, right? And they've got the river data.
They do.
Well, there's a local site that's been created called setexasrain.org. It's the Southeast Texas Regional Alerting and Information Network. It's a mouthful.
Yeah, it is.
At any rate, you go to setexasrain.org, and it's a real simple interface. And so I went there and I clicked on the dashboards, and then I clicked on Lower Sabine River gauges, and then I found just what we needed. And it shows that they're like at 24 feet.
So as we're talking about that, Scotty, we can maybe pull up some videos, the Coast Guard rescue video.
Sure.
This is something that is just amazing, not only to see, but just to know that it's happening in our community, in our neighborhood, that the Coast Guard has had to come in yet again and give us a helping hand. And so I know a lot of folks are asking about high water rescues. We want to make sure that they know those will resume at 7:30. For anyone who's in need of a high water rescue, those will resume at 7:30. But like our folks are saying, JB along with Jeff Gerber both said, hopefully won't have to see a lot of high water rescues because most of that water receded yesterday when we caught a huge break in the rain.
Yeah, and the rain is not going to be an issue to have a problem today. We're going to still see some scattered showers, but these are going to be scattered rain showers, maybe a passing thunderstorm, but it's not going to be an issue like it has been, even though rain's still in the forecast, but it's just going to be scattered.
We're so happy to hear that.
Yeah.
All right, Scott, any other questions that lots of folks have been asking that we want to try and get the answers to?
Well, here's one that Bobby Fay asked. Are we getting more rain?
Just answer.
And we
just answered that one for
and
you.
all you got to do is watch us on air, online, get the app. You can watch us live on the app.
All right. Yeah. Anything else you think folks just really need to know as it pertains to the app, the website, anything digital, Scott?
Follow us everywhere.
Hashtag follow 12 News.
Now.
We have you covered. We'll be right back.
Clear. All right, there we go. Good.
Good Friday morning, everybody. Meteorologist Blake Mathews here, live from our KHOU studios in Houston. Here is your forecast for the Golden Triangle for today. 9 a.m. we're at 80 degrees. Temperatures really today aren't expected to move a whole lot. We're looking at a high temperature of 85 degrees with a 50% chance of passing showers throughout the afternoon. Some of that rain could be briefly heavy, but it will not cause any more flooding issues across southeast Texas. We'll have more on that forecast coming up in just a few minutes.
You're joined with Sherman Chow here in Houston, but let's talk to our colleagues in Beaumont about what they went through yesterday with their studio being flooded. We know what that's like. That happened to us 2 years ago. That must have just been, I mean, a nightmare for you. And so many people in Beaumont as well, because they were losing their homes too.
Can you hear us, Dejanique?
Yeah, exactly. We're talking about hundreds of people that have flooded out, of course, across East, Southeast Texas, and of course, y'all know it as well over in Houston. But yeah, it's a situation that it's not unfamiliar to us. Of course, just 2 years ago with Harvey, it kind of brought back a whole lot of bad memories.
Absolutely. And when you think about the video of our newsroom, our studio, something you just can't get out of your mind. So what's so interesting, both myself and James, we worked the day shift. And so by the time we were out of there, things were okay. We knew the rain was starting to come down, but things started to change quickly.
Yeah, it didn't take long.
Didn't take long. Started to get phone calls and text messages from folks at the station saying, hey, are you okay? Where are you? And I knew something was up. Didn't realize that our home front was being flooded with water. And just to see that video that you guys saw on the screen, it was heartbreaking. You feel like it's your second home. You spend so much time at work. You build a work family. It's your passion. It's what we do because we love it. And just to see that our place of work and, like I said, our second home was destroyed, it was heartbreaking.
Yeah, and it's going to be a while before we get back up and running, as y'all well know from Harvey when y'all station flooded.
Yeah, it took us 18 months to get into a new permanent facility. And just like you, actually, our first stop after our station flooded was a banking institution. We went to the Federal Reserve. I think you're at a savings and loan or something. Is that right, Dej?
Yeah, at a credit union, the Education First Credit Union here on East Tex Freeway 105. High and dry, and of course the weather's not an issue for us anymore, Charmaine, and we're still looking for a few scattered showers, but it's not really the issue. Now is trying to recover, and when the sun comes up, we'll probably be seeing a lot of stories of heroic efforts, things like that, and that's where Southeast Texas really comes through. Is when it gets bad, you really find the good in people that really help out their neighbors and
Absolutely.
family.
And the tough thing when you lose your ability to broadcast from your facility is so many people are counting on you, and you're just
it's a
you're
tough
hamstrung.
situation.
You're
Right.
hamstrung.
I think that was one of the really tough parts about the entire situation when we realized we were not broadcasting, knowing that our neighbors needed our help.
Yeah.
We had vital information that we needed to get out to them, and we didn't have the tools that we normally would use. But that's when you get creative, and that's when you talk about innovation, and that's when you start pulling out these bad boys. And that's why it's important to build trust with our viewers, with our neighbors, before anything like this happens, so that they rely on us and they come to us on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram, and we have these mechanisms in place so that we can still get information out, get things confirmed, and make sure we're accurate and timely to make sure folks are safe.
Yeah, and Ron, the funny part about it, I guess it's not funny, but the unique part about it, social media, is there were people telling us on social media, we're waiting for y'all to come back on the air.
Yeah.
We're waiting for y'all. We're sitting here in the dark waiting for y'all to come back on the air. And, we felt obligated to get back on as soon as we could, even in the kind of the secondary scope that we're in now, just to get back on, get out whatever information that we could at that possible time.
Absolutely, and as we found out, a station is not a building, it's the people who work there and the job that they do for their community.
And that is what this platform is about right now, since the station is underwater at the moment. At least we can help you guys help your neighbors by getting information out about the school closures, the road closures, the evacuation centers, all of that. And like for the people who have lost their homes and their businesses as well, it is a long road to come back.
Absolutely, but we're going to be giving you all the information we can. We're going to take a break right now.
All right, we're clear.
So are you getting IFB feedback? Yeah.
You can see we are not at our 12 news studio. The studio took in some water.
There's a step, guys. Such a beautiful new newsroom.
We are safe, our crews are safe. They're out there trying to figure out what's happening in your neighborhoods, which streets you can pass, which areas you need to steer clear of.
We're in the storm tracker tracking some of the worst areas, and we want you to tell us. Follow us on social media.
I just hope everybody in Beaumont is all right. Our city needs a lot of prayers right now.
Good morning, Southeast Texas. It's about 6 o'clock this morning, and we are not in our studio, as you can see. New scenery. Education First, Federal Credit Union. 12 new studios. We took in some water yesterday, just like many of you out there. So, backup plan, contingency plan, making sure we can get our information out to you as best we can. And the best part about it all of our crews are safe and sound, and that's what we can hope for in a situation like this, right?
Yeah, everybody's accounted for, everybody's safe, and everybody's out trying to get information to you folks at home, trying to get you the latest on what's going on. One part of the good news is our forecast is looking a lot better. Maybe a few showers today. Rain chances are way down for this afternoon, and it looks like we're going to continue to dry out through the weekend. So those water levels will continue to start to come down as we go through the day.
Yeah, the only, I think, fly in the ointment, so to speak, is some of these creeks and bayous, they're going to be cresting, and there could be some low-lying areas still holding water as those bayous and creek beds start coming up.
Yeah.
So you know where you are, Cow Bayou, Pine Island Bayou, those areas where usually the water goes across the road perhaps a little bit, maybe up into Lumberton area, Mitchell, what is it, Cooks Lake Road, that area right there. Those areas are prone to flooding, and when you have those bayous coming up, you might see some of that today. So be prepared maybe for those areas.
And that is why we want to make sure we take a look at some of the school closures for you folks out there.
All right, thank you very much, Dej. She's there along with James Brown and Jeff Gerber over at KBMT, Ron Trevino, Sherman Chow here in Houston, helping our sister station out there. So let's get straight to it. Here are some of the big closures for the day, starting with the schools.
Yeah, Beaumont ISD, Port Arthur ISD, Little Cypress, Mauriceville ISD, Nederland ISD, Port Neches Groves ISD, Vidor ISD, Hampshire Fannett ISD, Orange ISD, Lumberton ISD, Silsbee ISD, all closed today. Jasper, last we heard, they were still monitoring the situation.
All right. Let's see if we can also take a quick look at some of the other updates. Beaumont telling us that the rescues will begin again at 7:30. Got about another 90 minutes once that sun's really up. They'll begin those rescues again. Jefferson County offices are closed today, and they're saying to go ahead and check drivetexas.org before you head out. The overnight curfew just lifting and Vidor at 6 a.m. and then another hour it'll lift at 7 a.m. in Winnie. And wondering if we can take that drivetexas.org map real quick so folks can get a sense of the closures right now if we get a chance to look at it. So you'll see that the dark blue lines are closures, the light blue lines are flooded streets, and the bottom line is there is no easy way to get from Beaumont to Houston right now. If you want to travel as far north, I guess, as Woodville, then you can kind of cut across, catch 45 and go south.
It's going to be extremely difficult, but drivetexas.org is the place for them to go. A lot of people have questions about rain. Is it going to rain more today? Let's check in with meteorologist Blake Mathews. Hey, Blake.
Hey, good morning, Ron and Sherman. Yes, we are seeing a few scattered showers out there right now, especially out to the north of the Beaumont area, getting out towards central Louisiana into the Arklatex, where the center of circulation remains with what remains of Imelda. Now here locally in the Beaumont area, picking up a few scattered showers, especially just to the north of Port Arthur. In fact, zooming on in, you'll notice that we were dealing with a heavy shower just to the east of Sabine Pass, cutting across extreme southwest areas of Louisiana into southwest Cameron Parish, and then moving right up just to the east of Beaumont now. So just to the east of Beaumont, Port Arthur, we're dealing with that little downpour there, but any rain that falls today really should not add to any of the flooding problems. In fact, we're already seeing bayous and rivers begin to recede. They have already crested, and it does not look like we're going to see any more problems as far as rising water goes. Now, certainly quite a quite a mess here across southeast Texas. We're dealing with 22, 24 to as much as 43 inches of rain falling, making this the 5th wettest tropical cyclone in U.S. history. Again, this is just quite a mess. And you'll see where that fell right there in that bullseye just to the northeast of Winnie and extreme western portions of Jefferson County, where again, unofficially seeing a report there of 43 inches of rain. We're waking up this morning to temperatures in the upper 70s. It's 79 degrees here in Beaumont, 79 at Hobby Airport, 78 up at the big airport in Houston, 78 degrees there in Dayton this morning. So I think most of us starting off with those upper 70s around the region. Now, you'll notice a couple of things to note. First off, we still have this flash flood watch in effect for southeast Texas. This does encompass the entire Golden Triangle on the Texas side of the Sabine River. However, you'll notice here in southwest Louisiana, where we don't see the flood watch any longer, and they are beginning to drop, and the flash flood watch here locally will also expire as we get into the 7 o'clock hour this morning. So about another hour to go before this bad boy begins to drop. So that is certainly some good news. We certainly need a lot of good news, especially after what we endured yesterday. So your forecast, 30% chance heading into 9 a.m., 40% chance of more scattered showers and storms in the forecast as we get into the noon hour today. And by 4 o'clock, a temperature of 85 degrees, a 50% chance of scattered showers and thunderstorms. But again, guys, it does not appear that any rain that falls today, and there will be some, will not add to the ongoing flooding issues that we're seeing across the Golden Triangle this morning. In fact, we are expecting bayous, rivers, and streams to continue to recede as we head throughout the day today.
Well, that's some welcome news that everybody wants to hear. Thank you so much, Blake Mathews. Now, we've got so many incredible images that are coming into our newsroom about what happened yesterday, all sorts of rescues, people stuck on the freeway, people being rescued by boat, and you know, the Coast Guard getting involved as well. So we're going to try to get you some of those videos. And again, if you're just joining us, we're trying to get you all the information as we all try to get our lives back together in southeast Houston. We have all the closures listed at the bottom of your screen. Many school districts closed today, so you can get the very latest right there and at the Channel 12 website as well.
And you know, we have of course been looking at I-10, which has serious closures because of Imelda. Obviously that's a two-way street. We've seen this morning truckers and others waiting to come towards Houston, but lots of folks in Houston trying to get, you know, head east and get towards Beaumont. They weren't able to do that either. Let's take a listen to some of those stranded motorists.
And you guys are from Mississippi.
We are. We're from George County, Mississippi.
And so you guys have been in Texas and we're trying to go home.
We were in Texas for about the past month now, and we were trying to go home and wasn't expecting any kind of storms. I mean, I know there were tropical storms that were supposed to come in, but I didn't think it was this soon. And now we're not going to be able to go home at least all day until maybe this weekend.
Hi, Aiden.
Can you say hi? No.
Mommy's protecting you, Aiden?
It's okay.
So walk me through this morning.
We got ready to go. Typical, you know, road trip. It's not our first one. We've been up north. We've been all over the place. We got ready. I hit up to Houston, and it was good in Houston. I got right on the other side of Houston traffic, stopped and got gas, something to eat, and the sky just got black. And I figured I could keep going. It was just going to be a patch. I didn't look at the radar. I didn't see how big it was. It got bad enough to where I saw everybody was pulling off, so I just pulled off with them. And we've been stuck here at the gas station for, I want to say, about an hour now, trying to just wait it out.
And then you've got your little one with you, and you told me you're expecting another one.
Yeah.
Mom, what's going through your head?
I'm scared. I was really scared that something was going to go on even worse than what it was. I didn't know what to do. I was calling my mom. I was calling my mother-in-law, trying to figure out what I needed to do because he was scared. I was scared. And I figured the safest thing was to pull over and get into the gas station. Stop.
You good, Aiden?
No.
You want us to touch it? I see it. I see it. It's going to be all right. We got you covered, man. We got you covered.
Yeah, it's a storm, huh? You say rain? No.
So what's next? What are you going to try and do now?
I'm going to try and go back to Victoria where we've been staying. Try and hopefully wait out the storms. Maybe leave tonight after getting some sleep. If not, I'll have to wait until probably Friday or Saturday sometime to leave.
So,
That's basically our best bet right now.
Perfect. Well, be safe. One more thing. Really fortunate that you pulled over here, because further down, so many cars.
Well, I got an alert on my GPS stating that the interstate was closed, and I didn't know it was trying to take me around it. And when I pulled off the ramp, I saw all these truckers pulled off on the side, and I was like, there's no way I'm gonna get around it. There's something worse going on. So mother instinct, I pulled off and we parked and we waited. So, and then you guys came up, and that was the most I've known about what was going on, because I'm not from around here, so I don't have any of the weather apps or anything. No. So, thankfully that we did.
No. Well, be safe. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
They're not from around here and they don't have any of the local weather apps. Man, just a time to remind folks to go ahead and download.
Absolutely. So many stranded motorists yesterday and still some today, sadly. On the phone now we have Chester Jordan, the Orange County Red Cross Executive Director. Chester, can you hear us? What kind of update can you give us?
Yeah, I can hear you. Thank you very much. I appreciate y'all. My prayers and thoughts are with y'all and with the situation with the TV station. Appreciate so much what y'all continue to do to let our public know what's going on and what's happening. Obviously, today is going to be a big day. And unfortunately, when I just looked out outside here just a minute ago, it's going to start raining again. But hopefully, the water moves out, the rain moves out. Today's a big day with our shelter and shelter populations. We know it's going to grow throughout southeast Texas. As we bring in more supplies, we were doing that late last night, early this morning. Continue to do that today. Hopefully some of our roads open back up. We can get access. We had a very, very difficult situation early this morning, late last night, trying to get into Hampshire, past First Baptist Church there, Gwinnett Elementary. We've got a lot of evacuees too. We ended up coordinating with the Sheriff's Department, highway vehicles, and those sort of things. And so it has been extremely difficult to get the supplies where they need to. But that's going to be a big push for us today is bulk supplies, working with our partners on the feeding, as well as bringing more volunteers in to be working at our shelters as well.
Can you give folks an idea of sort of where the shelters are and what the status is, if they're open at this time? Are you able to take additional people?
Yes, ma'am. They are, and we can, and obviously additional shelters will be coming online, and that will be changing over the next few days. But if you're in Beaumont, it's Beaumont Civic Center, Central High School Gymnasium, Grace Community Church, Orange County, it's Orange County Expo Center, First North Orange Baptist Church as well. We've got some backup shelters already on standby there, depending on the situation today and tomorrow. Like I just mentioned, with First Baptist Church Hampshire, as well as lead over to Gwinnett. Sour Lake Community Center, unfortunately, it's been difficult to get there because of 105 being closed. YYAFA, it's a community center in Silsbee. We've been supplying them as well, working closely with Hardin County Judge, Emergency Management Office here in Jefferson County, as well as in Orange County. We've also been coordinating closely with Jasper and Newton. Obviously, as the storm moved north and east, we were very concerned about additional flooding up in those communities as well.
Can you go ahead and give folks the address to your website, because that's a long list of shelters, and if
appreciate that, and it will change. Mm-hmm. So it's redcross.org, www.redcross.org. We'll also make sure we send out to the TV station, coordinate with our regional communications, the most updated list on shelter openings and closings and changes as well. And today we'll also be coordinating with like the city of Beaumont, their emergency management office, on feeding operations as well. As folks continue to need sheltering operations and you need a safe place to go. My wife works for the Port Neches Groves Independent School District. They've been closed yesterday and today, so she's been volunteering with Red Cross and just calling folks back to make sure that they're safe. Our biggest concern at this point in time is making sure folks are safe. They're in a safe place. If they need a shelter, they're at a shelter, they're at a friend's house, or neighbors or relatives, or whatever the case may be. Safe and secure. Unfortunately, we still got a lot of water on our roads, and so turn around, don't drown, please. Do not try to go through these areas. I was in them last night or this morning. Do not try to cross it. You just don't know how deep it is, and it can be a very, very difficult and very dangerous situation.
And obviously, a lot of people still need to be rescued.
We've been hearing that obviously all day yesterday. You know, in the Nevada area, I was talking to the emergency manager folks in Orange County. They were still rescuing folks out there. We've still seen that out towards LaBelle and Gannett area as well. In Hampshire, like I talked about, it's just been very difficult to get to some of these areas because, you know, the waters were still rising. We just heard, you know, late last night, you know, the NACH's not predicted to crest until Sunday. And so, you know, those waters, and then any waters that rain or come down north of us, obviously, flow south. And so we're continue to be concerned about rise and floodwaters, as well as additional flooding, and obviously additional homes and individuals that are going to be impacted.
Mr. Jordan, do you have any quick notes, recommendations for people that if they have to leave their home and can safely get to a shelter, what they should bring with them, maybe some documents, other things, medicines?
Yes, ma'am. Obviously, the medications, if you have medication, no medication, please do that. You know, the other big concern and issue is always, pets. You know, your dog, your cat, those sort of things. You know, we have a little pet dog we've had for 13 years that's as important to us as any family member. You know, please do not back away because you're afraid of, you don't want to leave your pet. Do not leave your pet. Take it with you. Your medications, important documents like you just mentioned. Make sure you have those as well. Prescription glasses, if you have those. You know, anything that you think you're going to need. I wear hearing aids now, and so, you know, those sort of things we just don't think about in a very difficult situation, a disaster situation, a very stressful situation. But they're going to be important in the days ahead. But please, please, please don't stay in your home if it's not a safe situation. Please get yourself and your family out, and let's get you to a safe place. And then in the days ahead, then we can figure out, you know, what happens next. But please make sure you're safe.
And Mr. Jordan, in your time with the Red Cross there, have you ever seen a flooding event like this? Do you have enough resources?
Well, it's always a challenge, you know, because we saw this with Harvey. Unfortunately, I've been here since Hurricane Rita and Katrina, you know, and so we live in an area that's not if, it's when. But since, you know, obviously Sabine River, and then Hurricane Harvey, and now this particular tropical storm, I feel for my family, I feel for my community. My sister's house got flooded heavily in Nederland during Harvey, and just got flooded again with this tropical storm. We had one of our workers works in our Orange office. Her house was heavily damaged and flooded during Harvey. She got 4 feet of water in it 2 days ago. And so it's just, you know, it's a difficult situation, and I pray for our community. I pray for those impacted by this particular storm. Resources are always a challenge, but one of the huge issues that we've had this time when we saw it with Harvey is just being able to get access, be able to get into places because so many roads have been closed and because of rising floodwaters. And so hopefully some of that will open up today, and we can get into some of these areas, be able to provide some more assistance.
If folks can help, what are the things you would like to see? Are there items they can donate? If you have a boat, is that helpful to you guys? Cash? What would you like to see?
Well, obviously, you know, I know we saw this with Harvey, with Cajun Navy, and, you know, other groups, volunteers coming in to help rescue. You know, that's really kind of the rescue side, the emergency management side, the law enforcement side. We try to provide the emergency food, clothing, and shelter piece. You know, beyond that, we work with our partners, Goodwill, you know, in Orange County, Friends Helping Friends, Salvation Army, a huge partner of ours. I know they were out last night in China, as well. And so, the biggest thing now, if you're interested, you know, volunteer, go to redcross.org. It's easy to figure that out. Where to go to if you want to volunteer at one of our shelters. Obviously, absolutely, we're going to need those kind of help in the days ahead. You can always donate to Red Cross, you know, redcross.org as well. But, you know, there's lots and lots of nonprofits and local groups, faith-based organizations and churches and communities that are going to need help. You know, and so reach out to your neighbor. You know, it could be just that easy. Reach out to your neighbor, your friend, you know, and make sure that they're safe and they're secure and they're okay.
Absolutely. We're all in this together. Chester Jordan, Orange County Red Cross Executive Director, thank you so much for joining us this morning. We know you have a lot of work ahead of you. Our thoughts and prayers to you and yours and everybody in Southeast Texas. A time for all of us to come together and help each other out. Thank you so much, Mr. Jordan.
I appreciate you. Thank you very much for for all you do for our community every day.
All right. We appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Appreciate you. Bye-bye.
And we'll be back with you in just a moment.
Good morning, Southeast Texas. Meteorologist Blake Mathews here live at our KHOU studios in Houston. An incredible event has unfolded here across Southeast Texas. Check this out. Setting a record rainfall yesterday of 11.63 inches, beating the old record of 2.2. I think it's safe to say that we beat that record hands down here. As far as the wettest day ever recorded in Southeast Texas and Beaumont, it ranks number 5. And this is the wettest September day ever, or excuse me, the third wettest September day ever recorded here in the Beaumont area. We are seeing a few light showers this morning in the Golden Triangle, stretching from Lumberton down just to the east of Beaumont, right along Interstate 10 there, and then all the way back down towards Port Arthur into the Sabine Pass area as well. But these showers are very, very light, and we're going to continue to see them throughout the day today. We'll give that rain chance at about 50%. The temperatures this morning starting off at 78 degrees in Beaumont, 78 degrees in Dayton, 80 in Anahuac. So most of us starting off in those upper 70s. Temperatures today aren't expected to move a whole lot. You'll see that in your forecast. But in the meantime, we are dealing with this flash flood watch that is in effect for about another 36 minutes or so, expected to expire at 7 o'clock. This is great news, certainly some silver lining here, meaning that we are over the hump. We are not expecting any more flooding rains for today. Even though rain is in the forecast, it should be much lighter, and we should be able to handle any rain that does fall for this afternoon. So the flash flood warnings and emergencies that we've had for the most part have since expired. So here's a look at your Friday forecast. 30% chance of showers this morning through 9 a.m. As we get into the heat of the day, we're looking at the increasing rain chance here to 40% and then eventually up to 50%. But you'll notice those temperatures really don't move a whole lot. We're looking at a high temperature today of right around 85 degrees heading into the heat of the day. Now, as we get into the next 7 days, we're talking about those rain chances going down a little bit, down to about 20% as those temperatures move back up into those lower 90s. Exactly what you would expect for the middle and end part of September. So once again, shaping up to be a fairly decent day. We are seeing a few scattered showers this morning. Those showers will continue throughout the day today and increase in coverage. But again, any rain that does fall should be on the lighter side and will not exacerbate any of the flooding issues that we're seeing here across the Golden Triangle. Now, as far as the Sabine River goes and Pine Island Bayou, we're seeing a lot of receding going on, especially with Pine Island Bayou. That has already crested at 35 feet. That is expected to continue to drop throughout the day today and will drop all the way back down into moderate flood stage as we get into the end of the weekend and into early next week. So once again, if you're just joining us, it looks like things have really improved here across the Golden Triangle and into southwest Louisiana, and it looks like it will only continue to improve from here, guys, as we head into the next couple of days. So again, a slight chance of rain, 30%, increasing to a 50% chance with high temperatures in the mid-80s. We will have more news weather. Oh, all right. Well, we're going to toss it right back over to Ron.
So much, Blake Mathews. Less rain today, and that is a very good thing. Well, a lot of people stuck on I-10 yesterday. A lot of people still stuck on I-10 today. Let's hear from one of those frustrated motorists.
At around 6 o'clock, got, I don't know, probably wherever we're at, 30, 40 miles, a little bit more down the road. Got a call from my brother who was watching the news and said that it was shut down in Winnie. And so I think probably another 10, 15 minutes went by, and trying to figure out what I was going to do, pulled off at one of the smaller side roads, and that started to flood out. So just kind of kept going until I could see a gas station, and got here and been here since 7:30, something like that. So,
where were you headed?
Baton Rouge.
So now what?
At this point, just hoping to get back to Houston tonight. My wife and her family live in Baton Rouge, so that's where I was heading. So hopefully, if I can get back to Houston tonight at some point, that's probably best case scenario for me, and then try to head over there if the weather breaks and the roads open back up. So,
can you describe what it's been like out here the past couple of hours?
The weather was crazy. I mean, the last hour and a half. I mean, it came down really hard for about an hour and a half. So just, I mean, it was, you know, what you'd think would be daybreak, and it was black as can be. So.
Does that worry you about getting that way, or even
I don't, like
home?
I said, yeah. I'm at this point just trying to get back to Houston. So I figured I was going to leave last night, and figured that would have been the worst time to leave, so I'd leave in the morning, but that was wrong.
Mother Nature had different plans.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Well, be safe. Thank you so much.
Yeah, Mother Nature had different plans. One of many motorists trying to make their way back to Houston today, but as we saw at the website drivetexas.org,
Yes.
doesn't look like there's any easy way to get from Beaumont to Houston right now. Here's actually that website, drivetexas.org. We recommend you use this today if you're in the Beaumont area trying to get anywhere.
Yeah, we're kind of scrolling down to the Houston area, and then maybe if we can move east to the right, you can see the closures. The light blue line is flooded streets. The dark blue is just a complete closure, and look at all the blue along I-10 between Beaumont and Houston. We're here there in Port Arthur, and we'll just continue to head east, so you can see that whole area around Beaumont and Port Arthur is just a mess. So please be careful before you hit the roads and stay with us. We're going to continue to bring you coverage.
Are going to start.
water is really cold too. That's the problem.
They said it was going to be 20 inches. I kept an eye on the water situation.
Here at this pump station, you can actually hear the pump going to work, and now crews are also in overdrive.
When you work here at DD7, there's a storm duty call that if you're on vacation or anything, you got to come back.
This is your beautiful new newsroom.
Good morning, Southeast Texas. I'm Dejanique Garrison, joining you from the Education First Federal Credit Union just after 6:30. These two, they become quite the dynamic duo of sorts, I'd say. Jeff Gerber and James Brown, keeping us up to date on the latest conditions as we're starting to see some of the aftermath of Imelda. Luckily, not a lot of rain coming down today.
Yeah, we're still going to see some scattered rain showers, but nothing, of course, that's going to cause any more problems with the already problems.
Conditions this morning a lot better than what they were yesterday morning. Streets are passable for the most part. There's still a few spots out there with some water, but overall, looking pretty good to get around this morning on regular neighborhood streets and things like that.
And so when we talk about getting around, we do have a lot of closures. And so for the very latest, we want to throw it back to our sister station in Houston, KHOU. Guys, how you doing?
Thank you. Well, we're doing okay. Thanks for letting us join you this morning. We're doing the best we can to help you out there in Southeast Texas. Let's talk about some of those closures now. So many school districts that are closed this morning, and we will have them at the bottom of your screen as well. But here is the graphic with all those school districts: Beaumont ISD, Port Arthur ISD, Little Cypress Mauriceville ISD, Nederland ISD, Port Neches Groves ISD, Vidor, Hampshire Fannett, Orange, Lumberton, Silsbee ISDs. Latest we heard from Jasper was they were monitoring the situation, Jasper ISD. You might want to check in with their website. And again, we also have the closures at the bottom of the screen for you.
Yeah, and then rescues are beginning in just about an hour at 7:30 once the sun is really out. Jefferson County offices are closed today. You've seen that map throughout the morning, drivetexas.org. Check that before you head out this morning. But basically, if you're trying to go east or west towards Houston, between Houston and Beaumont, don't. Just avoid that. The overnight curfew in Winnie is going to end in about half an hour at 7 a.m. It was lifted at 6 a.m. in Vidor. Very hard hit in Vidor. That a lot of folks there just getting back into their homes after Harvey, and then they just took a big 1-2 punch, and thanks to Imelda.
A big concern for so many people, as you were saying earlier, is trying to get from Houston to Beaumont or Beaumont to Houston. The website, which has been very helpful for us this morning, is drivetexas.org. Hopefully we can get that website up. But this is the place for you to go check this morning before you try to do anything and get out of your home or try to return to your home. drivetexas.org. And the last time we looked at it, it does not look like there's any easy way for you to get from Beaumont to Houston. We heard from some stranded motorists earlier this morning. We interviewed last night that were stuck in Southeast Texas trying to make their way back to Houston. It's going to be a while before they're able to do that. So do go to that website if you're able to. Maybe you can get there on your phone or with your laptop. drivetexas.org is the place to be.
All right, and the next place you want to be is in the know about the weather forecast. So let's check in with Blake on that.
Hey, good morning, Ron and Sherman. Yes, things improving drastically here across Southeast Texas, all over the Golden Triangle. We are still seeing a few scattered showers this morning, but it's not going to be enough really to exacerbate any of the ongoing flooding issues that we're seeing. So here's a look at the radar right now as of 6:30, and you can see a few light showers pushing out towards the Lumberton area, a few scattered showers out here towards Port Arthur and Sabine Pass as they continue to move inland from the Gulf of Mexico. We're also now seeing some more development out here across the northern Gulf that will also begin to move into our region as we get into the later morning hours here. So keep that umbrella handy for another day. But again, this is not a situation that we saw yesterday where we saw rain rates as high as 7 inches per hour in western portions of Jefferson County. We are waking up to temperatures right in the upper 70s, 78 degrees right now in Beaumont, 78 in Dayton, 79 degrees there in Anahuac. So most of us holding there in those upper 70s across Southeast Texas. And the good news, we've got some good news actually this morning. The flash flood watch that you see all across Southeast Texas will expire here in about another 28 minutes at the top of the hour. So for the most part, we are done with the flash flood watches. Lake Charles has already canceled their flash flood watch. And it looks like things are slowly going to start improving here across our region, and that is certainly some good news, especially after the blockbuster rainfall totals that we saw yesterday. Now, starting this morning at 6 o'clock, this is a future track model, doing a fairly decent job picking up on the showers there. The placement's a little off. These are a little bit further to the west. But as we move into the afternoon hours, late morning into the afternoon, you'll notice this takes us into 9 o'clock this evening, how things begin to really dry out here across the Beaumont area. So expect a few passing showers later on today. Throughout the morning and into the afternoon hours today, we'll give that about a 50% chance of coverage. And then as we head into your Saturday and Sunday, it's going to be much the same. Those rain chances lower, but it looks like we will have that chance of rain, but a slight chance heading into the upcoming weekend. So as we take a look here at future track temperatures, warming it on up into those 80s today, really looking for a high temperature right around 85 degrees. This takes us into the noon hour. You'll notice lower 80s, 84, 85 degrees before it's all said and done, and then we'll cool it back down into the 70s as we head into the overnight hours tonight. Here's a look at the next 7 days. Temperatures in the 80s the next 2 days. We're in the lower 90s as we get into your Sunday and Monday with a 20% chance of scattered showers in the forecast, guys. It's good to see the sun return, it looks like, over the next couple of days.
All right, that is some good news, Blake. Thank you so much. And of course, all eyes have been on Beaumont, Jefferson County, and joining us now by phone is the county judge. This is Jeff Baranek, and he's chatting with us a little bit. Good morning, Judge. Well, at least the rain has stopped, I suppose. Can you give us just a couple of, numbers? We've seen a lot of rescues and evacuations. Do you have some rough idea about, how many rescues and evacuations have been going on so far?
I don't have an exact number. Good morning. It was about 1 o'clock yesterday that they had approximately 700 people in shelters, and didn't get updated numbers later in the evening as the search and rescue missions took off. And those search and rescue missions continued until the morning hours, particularly with those individuals that were stranded on Interstate 10 in their cars, and while we were waiting for the waters to recede and for boats to get to them. So it was about 11 o'clock last night where I believe the last group of about 300 people was taken off of the Highway 365 overpass that had been stranded on I-10 and moved to a shelter in the Winnie area. So
all right, obviously a really busy
are about
night.
Completed, and now we'll be moving to damage assessment first to public facilities, and then looking at private facilities so that we can provide accurate estimates of damage to FEMA and the state.
And obviously, Judge, you foresee a lot more rescues this morning?
I think there'll be a trickle of rescues, but there was a united effort yesterday. It was all hands on deck. We had our sheriff's department, all the road and bridge crews from the commissioner's precincts, the Coast Guard, the Texas Department of Parks and Wildlife, the Texas Division of Emergency Management, the General Land Office, the DPS, and a lot of private individuals that were assisting out there that had boats. That's one of our fortunate things when it comes to floods, that almost everybody in our county has a boat, and so we get a lot of good Samaritans down here.
Yeah, that is the good news. We heard the Cajun Navy had also shown up in your area as well. I'm just, I guess, a little bit curious. After Harvey and some of the dramatic flooding we've seen, is this, a situation where sadly maybe, but beneficially, you all have had some practice and able to really manage this maybe a little bit better today than a couple years back?
It does. Our drainage districts have gotten about $300 million in federal grants over the last 10 years, and they've dramatically improved our drainage systems in both the north and southern parts of the county. These events highlight where we still need improvements and give us an opportunity to go after federal funding to improve the drainage further. And so, it's a horrible learning experience, but one that we want to take advantage of so that we can make our community more resilient as we move forward.
Judge, we heard about the one fatality in Southeast Texas yesterday. Have you heard anything more about injuries?
There were some minor injuries, but there was one cardiac arrest during the flooding. We do not know whether or not it was related to stresses induced by flooding, and then there was the lightning strike of the gentleman that was
You know, you were talking to us that the next big move for you is going to be damage assessment. Are there things that civilians, that citizens can do to sort of to help that process, part of the process along?
I think one of the most important things for those individuals that have been flooded is to begin the muck out process as quickly as possible to get the sheetrock torn out up to the, if they're physically able, up to the above the land where the floodwaters came and have soaked into the sheetrock, and so as to prevent mold issues and to remove any carpets or other flooring so that they can begin the process of remediation and repair.
Sadly, so many of us here in Southeast Texas know all too well that long and arduous process. Thank you so much for joining us, County Judge Jeff Brannick of Jefferson County. Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
All right, and we will be back with you in just a moment.
This water is really cold too. That's the problem.
They said it was going to be 20 inches. I kept an eye on the water situation.
Here at this pump station, you can actually hear the pump going to work, and now crews are also in overdrive.
When you work here at DD7, there's a storm duty call that if you're on vacation or anything, you got to come back.
This is your beautiful new newsroom.
morning, Southeast Texas. Ron Trevino along with Sherman Chow giving you the latest as we all recover from the flooding of Imelda. I mean, we've got all the road closures and the school closures at the bottom of your screen. Look to that. Most of the school districts are closed today. And, of course, checking on the conditions on the roadways as well.
Yeah, lots of closures, as you can imagine. I-10 badly impacted by Imelda and the flooding aftermath. KBMT reporter James Jordan is now out at College Avenue in I-10. We had seen him earlier in another location, but he has just moved. So what is it looking like where you are now?
Yeah, the roads, the water has receded considerably. I spent all day driving around Beaumont, and what I noticed was a lot of the feeder roads were flooded. Now I'm here off of College Street. If you look over my shoulder at this SUV, the water reached up to the light of this SUV. This street is located on the same one which flooded our 12 News studio. And again, there are a few slick spots on the road, but nothing that's too bad. And again, if you're heading toward Houston, be sure to take an alternate route with I-10 westbound being closed. Back to you.
It was pretty rough for me after going to Woodville before you can come back north down, go up north to go south again. Probably better just not even to attempt that. And you know what you've been showing us, that abandoned vehicle, that is probably a sight that people will see throughout the roads. Folks who just had to leave their vehicles when that water came rising up. So the wreckers will have their hands full as they try to.
We've got that situation in Houston, not to that extent perhaps, but we still have that in Houston as well. We have some new information. U.S. Highway 90 in Jefferson County is now open. Please proceed with caution, though. That's from the Texas Department of Transportation in Beaumont. So US 90 in Jefferson County now open.
So hopefully we'll be seeing more roads start to open up as the water begins to recede and the sun starts coming up. But we'll be back with you in just a moment. Stay with us.
Good morning, Southeast Texas. Meteorologist Blake Mathews here live at the KHOU studios in Houston. We are continuing our weather coverage this morning, dealing with a few scattered showers out there, increasing in number a little bit out towards Sabine Pass into Port Arthur. These showers are light, and we are not anticipating any more flooding issues out of these showers today. So your forecast, a 30% chance of a few scattered showers this morning, right around 80 degrees, 83 degrees heading into the noon hour. Looking for a high temperature today, very close to 85 degrees, with a 50% chance of showers and thunderstorms in the forecast. Those rain chances drop off heading into the weekend. We'll have another look at your forecast coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, thank you very much, Blake. Man, it has been a day or two of just amazing flooding. Unfortunately, 2 fatalities. Texas governor has declared 13 counties as a state of disaster. Brazoria, Chambers, Galveston, Hardin, Harris, Jasper, Jefferson, Liberty, Matagorda, Montgomery, Newton, Orange, and San Jacinto.
And for a lot of people, it's going to be a long road to recovery. And obviously, a lot of people have gotten no sleep. They're working nonstop. A lot of officials making sure everything
works as smoothly as possible.
In a situation like this, including Carol Riley. She's with the Beaumont Emergency Management. And I have Carol on the phone now. Carol, thanks for joining us. Can you give us an update as far as Beaumont Emergency Management is concerned?
Well, we're still up and running. We're sad to report that we're still in life-saving mode. We have areas we have to check, we still have to get into, we have to assess things. So we're asking for your patience. We're asking that you please stay out of our affected areas so we can check and make sure it's safe for our citizens. Our first priority is to make sure we have no loss of life and that we don't have people that are in dire need of our assistance. If you see barricades, even though there's not water, we're asking do not go around those barricades. There's a reason for those. Those areas have not been assessed. Do not take unnecessary risk. There are roads that are opening. We're pushing people to check drivetexas.org. They're doing a great job of keeping up with some of the roadways. You can get access to our hospitals now. That was one of our biggest priorities, making sure our hospitals stayed up and running and we could get people to them. Keeping people out of the floodwaters, that's such a dangerous situation. There's so many toxins that run off into those waters. You can really get some nasty infections, and some of that can even lead to loss of life. Our first responders even have protocols for when we have to go into those waters. That can be really bad for you.
Yeah, obviously, you got chemicals in the water, all sorts of toxins, and then there could be animals, ants, floating ants, and all sorts of debris in that water as well.
Snakes and alligators in our areas, so you just never know.
Absolutely.
We know that the Beaumont police are going to begin their rescues again around 7:30. Do you have some sense about what that situation is going to look like? Continued rescues for today?
Well, the calls have slowed. We were hit really hard with lots of calls, and we wanted people calling in, and we had teams set up for it. But we have to take what we can, and we continued to get those. We had running lists that we were using and working off of to check areas, and we were asking our citizens, and we still do, really assess your situations. If it's just a comfort situation, that takes a lower priority than someone who has medical issues. So again, thank you for your patience. I realize these situations are frustrating. They're very frustrating for us because if you know anything about first responders, we're control freaks and we want to get out there and we want to help everybody. And it just sometimes we have to be as safe as we can. And that causes us to have to take things a little slower.
We understand totally, and we love you first responders and the great job that you're doing during this emergency. Carol Riley, Beaumont Emergency Management, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you.
And of course, we are coming to you from KHOU here in Houston to help out our sister station KBMT in Beaumont, which was flooded yesterday. They are not in their studios anymore, but they have found a place a little bit down the road. So let's check in with Dave, Jeff, and James to see how things are going there. Good morning again.
Good morning, guys. Sherman, Ron, we just can't thank you all enough for really assisting us in a tough time. Our station took on water. We had to evacuate the crews, try and save as much equipment as possible, but everyone is safe, and that is the most important part. So before we wrap things up this morning, Jeff, James, you guys want to give us just a kind of wrap up of what's happening with the weather?
Well, a lot better day today. Out the door this morning, we're not seeing the heavy rains. We're seeing a few scattered light showers here and there, and that's generally the forecast as we go through this afternoon. A couple of showers here and there. This weekend, going into next week, rain chances only about 20% each afternoon, so an isolated shower. We're going to start to dry out is basically what we're doing.
Yeah, and that's good news for everybody. Now, we still have maybe a couple of little problems areas with rising bayous, creek beds, things like that are going to be cresting in the next day or today. And you know where they are, Pine Island Bayou, Cow Bayou, those areas that are prone to have water that goes over the roadways where these bayous crest. And you know where they are, so be prepared for that. That's really about the only flooding issue that we really have now. The water's receding really pretty fast now across most of East and Southeast Texas. We still have a lot of debris in the roads, still got a lot of stranded vehicles all around Southeast Texas. So, if you don't have to get out and do a whole lot of running around, just hang out at home and just watch TV.
Yeah,
all right, guys.
Be careful this morning and pack your patience if you're going to be out and around. There are stranded cars around the community that you'll have to get around.
Pack your patience.
Pack your patience. We like that one. But how about we leave the folks on a high note? I want to give a shout out to Satchel from the Homewood Suites. Apparently, he was the only employee at the desk yesterday. He made sure everyone got a hot cup of coffee and tea and a smile on their faces.
The wonderful thing about that story is all the patrons that were there that couldn't go anywhere, had to come to the hotel. They started getting in the kitchen, started cooking up for everybody that was there, and mopping the wet floors. They were helping out and making it a big fun family event.
The spirit of Southeast Texas. We're wrapping up here on TV, but we will continue our coverage both online and that 12 News Now app. Have a great morning.
That's all right.
Patience. Good morning, Southeast Texas. We're so glad to have you online and wherever our social media brings us.
Wherever social media brings us, that is definitely the name of the game with 12 News these days.
And it's been such a wonderful tool for, in these circumstances when maybe you lose power at home, you still have at least communication, information that's so vital at these times. When you go to your cell phone, you download Jeff Gerber, hey, da-da-da-da-da, and it's right there.
What you talking about on Facebook, Jeff?
Oh, all kinds of stuff, of course.
It gives out recipes, too.
Yeah, guys, so we are at Education